what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, make sure to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and check out the other videos on my channel. You can also follow me on Twitter at SuperHiveBC and Instagram Brooks_Hive. Link for the description. There's also a link in the description for my merch if you're interested in purchasing any of that stuff. And so we have another big drop from Zack Snyder today on Vero and on Twitter. Our first hint of a look at Jared Leto's Joker in Zack Snyder's Justice League. So we know he is going to have a different look in this movie than what we saw in Suicide Squad, because this is Zack Snyder's take on this Joker, and depending on the timing of when his scenes take place, it could be before, it could be some kind of flashback, it could be a future in the nightmare scene, we don't know. But we know he's going to look different. And this image, he looks totally different, even though it's blurred in the background, obviously, because we don't want to get a spoiler of exactly how he looks, right? But he looks, I wouldn't even know that that's Jared Leto's Joker unless I knew from the context that's Jared Leto's Joker, right? Like, it almost looks a little bit similar to Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, but he just looks so, it's very creepy. It's scary, it's creepy, it's like, I mean, we did hear that he is going to look more scary or creepy in Zack Snyder's Justice League compared to Suicide Squad, but wow. And then we see he's holding, he has gloves on his hands, and he's holding a Joker card. The Joker card that we saw, you know, in the nightmare scene as a little Easter egg. I mean, he looks like he has longer hair. His head looks strange. I don't know if it's just because the picture is blurred to keep that still kind of a secret or like a surprise. We don't know exactly what he looks like, but oh my goodness, he looks totally different already, even though it's not a clear picture. On Twitter, Zack said, "Amazing character you created, honored to have our worlds collide." And he, of course, was talking about David Ayer, and he's tagged David Ayer and Jared Leto in that. Totally different. Like I said, even though it's blurred, you can still tell that it's a very different look from Suicide Squad. And so there's our first look at him. I have said this many times. I hope it's not spoiled in the trailer. I don't think they would do that. I think that would be too big of a thing to spoil in a trailer, especially since we know he's going to have a different look, and you know, he was a character that was added this time now that Zack got to finish the 4 hours and do additional photography, so I don't think they would spoil that, but this is a nice little tease for how he's going to look. Also, Fiona, who you guys are probably familiar with, played a big part in the Snyder Cut movement, and she has also a direct line of communication with Zack. She tweeted that Boss is working hard on limited IMAX theatrical release of Snyder Cut in US, also working on distribution for China and India, so let's do our part to keep the hype thriving. So I know a lot of people, even a lot of you who comment on my channel, you know, ask about the distribution for how people in certain countries, especially India, Brazil, you know, going to have access to the movie where if you don't have access to HBO Max. And so Zack said a long time ago, don't worry, they are working on other distribution methods for those countries that don't have access to HBO Max and may not for a while. Don't forget that if you have access to HBO Go, it will be available on there as well. So don't worry. But if you don't have any access to those services, like I said, Zack is working on, you know, it'll probably be maybe a digital release or hard copy, so they are working on that. Don't worry too much about that, because Zack knows, and sure, he's stressed it much, you know, many times to the studio that they have to get those other distribution methods out there. As much as it is a HBO Max original, they still have to have those other methods of distribution available to people who don't have HBO Max, because it is a special project. It's not just another original movie or series or whatever on HBO Max. It is a different situation. And so it's only fair that people internationally have access to it, which you will. You will. I don't know if it's going to be on the exact release date, March 18th. But I'm sure Zack is working very hard to get it as soon as possible, you know, with the other distribution methods. So AT&T has also been promoting it a lot more since the release date was announced. And so they're retweeting stuff, you know, they're tweeting out the pictures that Zack shared, and, you know, just 45 days until Snyder Cut. Well, that was 14 hours ago, so now it's 44 days. But they are promoting it more. There is another t-shirt that has been added to the list. We had Dark Side shirts, then Steppenwolf, and now there's a Black Suit Superman shirt available at the DC Comics shop as well. So I expect those are probably going to continue to come out for the movie. That is also part of, you know, marketing campaign and stuff. I don't know why those are only available in the US though. I think they need to like change that quickly, because people are complaining that it's only available in the US, and so they need to change that. They need to make it available internationally. I don't see why. It's just merchandise. I mean, stuff can be shipped. I don't know why. It is official DC merchandise. I don't see why they wouldn't have the means or the capacity to ship internationally, unless it's like a stock issue. If they don't have enough yet made to be shipping internationally. But I don't know. Hopefully they get that fixed so people in other countries can also order those shirts, because I know people are really liking them so far. But anyway, definitely wanted to share that as soon as I could, and yeah, very different look from Joker. I can't wait to see him and in what capacity he's going to be involved in the movie. So thanks for watching, guys. Check out the links in the description, leave a thumbs up, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.